Obviously, another big night in the NBA playoffs. The Boston Celtics bye into the Eastern Conference Final continues, though the road for the Celtics is a little bit more difficult than expected. As tonight, they beat the Cavaliers in Game 4. They go up 3-1, so this series won't be very long before the Celtics move on. But it was a lot tougher, especially with the fact that the Cavaliers played without Donovan Mitchell. He may have played in his final game as a Cleveland Cavalier.
I don't know. LeBron James was there ready to take his spot.
Yeah, I'm ready to go out there. Like as soon as Donovan Mitchell doesn't look like he's coming off of the sweats, LeBron is taking off his denim jacket. I have my old Cavs jersey. Yeah. I can just walk right out there and play.
Let me finish this bottle of wine that I brought in with me, and then I can go in.
Now look, let's the Celtics first and then LeBron.
Yeah, okay.
We talked about how easy a path this is going to wind up for the Celtics into the NBA Finals, and this is how it is in the NBA now. If you're not healthy, you don't win, right? I'm seeing it with the Knicks right now, right? If you're not healthy, you're only going to go for so long. You're healthy, you're going to win. And just like we saw with the Nuggets last year and their run, you're seeing it now with the Celtics. No Jimmy Butler in the first round. Oh, okay, great. This is going to be now a Cavaliers team without Donovan Mitchell in the biggest game they're playing. And then next round, they're either going to get the Knicks, who are going to be playing with 4 at some point, or they get a Pacers team that is not great. That is healthy and a little bit younger, but they're
good,
not ready for the
deeper,
playoffs.
but not yet.
But they're not great. This is like a bye. This is why I say if the Celtics don't win the title this year, they're never going to win it, right? Because then you're going to get a Western Conference team that's full of all kinds. We're playing deep series and it's very difficult. Well, let's just take the Nuggets for example, right? A very tough, competitive 5-game series against the Lakers. Now fighting for their lives against the Timberwolves. One more round, maybe it's the Mavericks. Maybe it's Minnesota's got to fight back here. But you're going to get Western Conference teams. They're going to come out of this like, I am just sweaty and exhausted, and they're going to full of dust and everything else. And the Celtics walk out like they're walking out of Starbucks with a cup of coffee going, hey, ready for the day. Got polo shirts on. Ready to go. I'm going to go get in my car and drive. And you're just like, I just walked out of a dust bowl, been working all day. That's the Western Conference, man. If the Celtics don't win this year, they're never going to win.
No, it's the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. The first person tagged in, and then you get beaten up for an hour, and then that last guy, that last one announced walked in. It's like, all right, it's me versus you. Let's finish it off. Mm-hmm. Right, nice and fresh as a daisy as you walk into the ring. But and watching in this one, I mean, Darius Garland gave them everything. Karis LeVert, if you bet the Cavaliers before the Mitchell news, you were getting either 8 or 8.5. And LeVert, with 2.8 seconds left, says, I'm not running the clock out. Nope. Here's my teardrop jumper. I got you, Cavaliers backers. Good on you, Karis LeVert.
You feel good. Yeah.
But they made him work, right? There was still stress down in those final minutes. And now it never got below 5, but it was still, hey, you were expecting a blowout. By the way, Mitchell was only worth 3 or 3.5.
Yeah, a little weird for a guy that's scoring 30.
I don't know.
How is a guy that scores 30 a game that is only worth the
We'll talk to Furman about that later on this week. But, for the Celtics, right, it is, if you can, it's the path of least resistance. And we've seen that the last couple of years in the NBA. This is now becoming an annual tradition of which team is going to have the yellow brick road open up for them, right? Denver had it last year.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
The competitive sweep.
Follow.
And then they just started skipping. Or you can ease on down the road if you want to go the whiz. We got 2 different alternative paths for you here, depending on your musical stylings that you want. But the point is, it's a war of attrition. It's a long 3-month second season, and whoever's left standing, it is the prize fighter at the end of it all.
Look, and now here's LeBron, who knows what he's doing when he comes to games, sitting courtside. Hey, just here, gets a big ovation from the fans.
Oh, yeah, big announcement over the loudspeakers.
Hey, I'm home, and I'm hearing, hey, if the Lakers don't want to give me what I want, just a surprise that on the day that Bronny decides I'm staying in the draft, not going back to school. I got a great checkup for him, and he's able to.
He shot really well.
Yeah.
everything was great for him except that he measured in at 6'1.5".
Yeah, but he's growing. It's fine. It's fine. He's growing. He's fine.
So they already projected him at 6'4".
Yeah,
Is that why they listed him there
6'1",
in the USC program?
Yeah, that'll be fine. Like Drew Brees, he'll just play with his head up a little bit more and throw the football.
Or stay on hold.
So that's
true.
I mean, look, he knows what he's doing, right? Look, LeBron is trying to use the leverage that he has into getting what he wants from the Lakers, right? I mean, it's no surprise. Everywhere he goes, when he appears someplace, when he doesn't, he knows what it's about. And there's no way you can look at today and say, okay, this wasn't something that was planned. Here's a story about Bron. I have other options. Meanwhile, if I was the Lakers, I would dare you say, you want to go. You don't like what we're doing, go. I would dare them. But now the Lakers have decided to say, hey, anything you need to sign LeBron. So we've given him power back. And this is the way he uses his leverage. So if you don't want me, I can always go back home. I can always go. Sure. It's my hometown team. I left twice, but I can go back home.
But the other thing it does is it kills the narrative of him as a coach killer, which has been the last 72 hours, right? Him and Durant. A or B in terms of your program, which guy you want to thrust out as the more likely to end your coaching reign if you get hired there. This becomes all about LeBron the player. Well, still at in year 21, whatever. So it's not about Bronny's height. It's not about any of that. It's not about the coaching story and how the season ended. No. It's, hey, LeBron. Let's talk about him. Great Cavs run, no question about it. But still one of the top players going into year 22. ... It's the Toby Keith. I want to talk about me.
Now, and I'll tell you this. On a day where we saw this kind of drama, Bronny staying in the draft and LeBron going to the game and waving, very reluctantly standing up. All right, I'll stand up and wave to all of you. Yeah. Look, I'm doubling down on exactly what's going to happen, okay? In the NBA draft, Bronny is not going to get drafted. Okay, he's not good enough. Yes, he can shout a little bit at some of these skill weekends, but he's not going to get drafted. Because, one, he's not good enough. He's not even good enough to be drafted in the second round right now, even though you do draft on potential. But there's a lot of players out there. And is a team really going to say, we're going to draft Bronny knowing that there could be a really weird situation hanging over our head with Bronny playing and LeBron in the league, whether it's LeBron questioning us from 2,000 miles away. And you know what? We're going to stay away from it, right? Or it could be kind of a gentleman's agreement where, Rich Paul sends an email out to all the teams, do not draft Bronny, right? Do not draft Bronny.
Or you don't get to get any of my players.
Yeah. So what's going to happen is this.
I'd say blank him and I draft him and say in the second round where there's nothing guaranteed anyway. Say, all right, I called you bluff. But let's go.
No one's going to draft. And the Lakers aren't going to draft him because then it's going to be seen as over-the-top favoritism to LeBron, which is not something they're going to go for, right? They want favoritism for LeBron, but they don't want in-your-face, embarrassed favoritism, which it would be if we draft your kid. So they're not going to draft him, but as soon as the draft ends, he will sign with the Lakers. The Lakers even talked about, and there's even whispers you heard about Bronny. He knows he has to go to the G League. He knows he has to get better. He's got to get bigger. He's got to do all these things. He's a developmental player. Everybody understands all of this, and that's how that's going to go. What I said a few weeks ago is how it's going to shake down. Bronny will go through the draft. He won't get drafted, but the headline a minute after the draft is going to be Bronny signs with the Lakers, and there's already going to be a picture ready to go. It's like when someone really famous who's old dies, all of a sudden the obit is aired right away because they have it ready.
Oh, it's written. They just need to fill in a date and a cause.
They wrote it ready. Boy, they had that obit ready right away. It's going to be like that for this. Boy, they had that picture of Bronny with LeBron and Rob Pelinka, Jeannie Buss, all ready to go. How did they have that? He's already shaking hands. How did they have that so quickly?
Now, we've seen obituaries get lit up. He's not dead. He's not dead. I still think the Lakers end up drafting him, because there's too much pageantry and pomp and circumstance that they would not get to go the other route. And in terms of embarrassment, I don't care.
That's a horrible optic. Yeah, no, I think that they don't want it to make it look. The one thing they don't want to make it look like is that LeBron is running the team.